What's up?
What is up?
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the first episode of the
The Off Scot-Free
podcast.
podcast.
Official podcast.
The official podcast.
With your hosts,
Atlas Scott.
and Olivia Scott.
Crazy.
Crazy.
You had made it. Finally. After years of telling myself I would not make a podcast.
Yeah.
Getting married changed things.
Yeah. So, who are we? Why are we doing this? We are husband and wife in Dallas,
Hopefully that's very clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dallas, Texas. Just got married recently, and we love to yap. We
Yes, we
love to
do.
talk to each other. And I was actually listening to another podcast the other day, and I think people are so stupid for making podcasts, actually. I think there are way too many.
Wait,
Which,
Wait.
ironic,
all I
right?
can say is I'm really sorry.
Yeah, we're just adding to the problem. But
It is what it is.
I was watching this podcast. It was the Good Mythical Morning podcast, which is actually they just had their last episode last week,
Which is crazy.
which is crazy.
How many
But
years was that?
like 13. It was absolutely insane. But something I really thought was cool about their podcast is that it showed the growth of those two men over several years of their lives, and really capsuled a bunch of important life events for them in great detail as it was fresh. They'd
Yeah.
hop on there and share their lives, and they'd share their perspectives and their opinions on things as it evolved. And since we are a newly married couple and just kind of getting started with all of this, I've always wanted there to be a way for us to kind of document where we are in different moments. And it's hard to find a good vessel for that. And I just kind of had an epiphany while watching that last episode and was like, man, that's a real easy thing to do. Set up a camera and just talk for a little bit. And
Very simple.
yeah, very, very simple.
Hence the amount of
And
podcasts that
honestly,
exist.
the reason that we're doing it is not for trying to get traction or anything like that, but literally just to have a time capsule on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all of that for us in the future, for our kids to see what we were like when we were first married, in like a conversational setting, which there's not usually, you know, that in a long format at the very least. So anyway, that's kind of where I thought to do this. Atlas is a freelance videographer, and so he kind of knows a thing or two about how to set up.
I'm able to streamline all of this.
Yeah, he's like, oh, let me just pull out my DJI mics to the camera and let's
Yeah.
just do it.
She's like, really? Yeah, I'm like, yeah. Like
Yeah.
I got this all set up, and like I made sure to make a whole setup that would take probably between a minute and 3 minutes to set up.
Yes.
And once I got set up, she was like, I'm not even done writing the points down. I'm like, all
Yeah.
right, no, take your time.
And the cool thing is, I mean, we've got a pretty cool living room set up, which is just kind of like casual.
As you can see, with all of this behind us.
Our setup we can bring into a
Anywhere.
car
Yeah.
or
We're on
wherever we
We're
travel.
on a suction cup mount right now. By the
Oh
way.
yeah, this is our first apartment. We actually have just gotten it put together recently. Also, our cats are free roaming right
We have
now.
2 cats, by the way.
Yeah.
We have Willow, which is the cutest little thing, and then we have
Hugo.
The Hughes boy.
The
Hugo.
huge boy.
The huge boy. He's actually right there. You can't see him.
He's actually right.
He's actually
right
technically drawn by my lovely wife, right here.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway,
that's
our cats
cool.
are free roaming in our apartment. We are just getting all of our apartment stuff set up, but we just got this wall finish this week.
I can totally show him one at a time.
Oh. Yeah, there's there's Hugo.
And by the way, Willow's like right over there.
Right over there. I'm behind the blinds. You just can't see her.
It's a whole thing. Anyways, let me put you back.
Oh. There we go. Anyway,
Back to fashion.
but yeah, I wasn't wanting to make this intro about our well, but I guess it kind of makes sense. Like this is
Made it.
going to be like the set.
It's like the main set, I'd say.
Yeah.
We'll go through all of it eventually.
Yeah.
But you can peruse and probably figure out a lot of
This is
it.
yeah, this is just a bunch of us.
Yeah. Shout out to Purple Cow. Thank you, Brooks.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Brooks.
it. Every time I can, I'll shoot shout out Brooks.
Yeah.
But
But a little about us. We are big music fans.
I'm 24. She's 23.
Yes.
We're big music fans.
Big
We
music fans.
love art, specifically in a audio format, and
Yes.
we are big fans of the band Twin Pilots.
Yes. And at Clancy Dallas Night 1, that is where we met
Yeah.
for the first time.
Was that September 6th? I
That
would
was
say.
September 6th, 2024. It's 2025 right now. Last day of 2025.
Yeah, this is
for the
it.
record.
It
We
is.
are a couple minutes away from the new year.
Yeah. They're also getting. By the way, that was the cat's getting fed.
The
right
cats
now.
are getting food. It's 8 p.m.
Yeah, we have an automatic feeder. Ignore that.
You may hear that from time to time.
Thank you. Yeah, you will hear that from time to time.
Anyway, this Clancy tour.
Clancy Night 1. We met. I was with a friend, Zalaika Fiore, friend from film, and she was with her
friend
good
Emily.
friend Emily.
Yep.
And then she had also made a friend group within the concert group that she was
in
in.
the long line of waiting
Yeah.
to get into
you start to get
general
acquainted.
admission pit of the Twin Pilots concert.
There's a certain type of person that goes to Twin Pilots. It's usually those who are very weird, and whoever is in the line, you usually make friends very quick.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things that are beautiful about Twin Pilots, and the community's awesome. I love
Yeah.
it personally.
It's pretty great
Yeah.
community.
So it's
Pretty
really
chill
easy to make
people.
friends, and so it's awesome to see that.
Yeah.
But she was with her group on that
Yeah,
one.
we were hanging out. We were trying to take a photo, and
Yeah, we're-
ironically, Mr. Photographer over here turns around.
Yeah, in the GA pit, we're probably like 3 rows back from the barricade,
Yeah.
and I just hear like, let's all take a photo, and I'm just like, I turn around or like I look a little bit, and I'm like, they're trying to take a selfie, but I see the camera and it's not getting all of them in it because it's too many people, it's too long, and I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. Like, hello, would you like me to take y'all's photo? And of course they said yes.
Yes, please.
What are they gonna do? Leave?
Yes, please.
We're all kind of stuck at that point. So
And so he took our photo.
Yeah.
And then promptly turned right back around.
I turn around
we
with
said
the
thank you.
mindset of like, we are in a pit. I don't want to force you to talk to me. If you want to talk to me, you can tap my shoulder.
Now, I had made like 50 21 Pilots bracelets for this tour specifically. And the goal was to hand out all of them by the end of the night. And I tapped on his shoulder and asked if him and his friend wanted bracelets, then asked for his name, and then we just started talking.
We all coalesce. We joined the group.
Yep,
and it,
the
from
group
4
kinda
to 6,
became-
right?
Yep.
Yeah. Or was it?
It was more than that.
Is it more? I feel like it's
I think
more.
there were 5 of us before you, so 7
7.
total.
Very
Our
close.
Pizza Pit crew.
Pizza Pit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's who was the person that bought the pizza for
David.
That was David.
David.
bought waters for everybody too. I
yeah,
think
he was the sweetest.
he booled for no reason.
Yeah.
I think he has way more money than we thought. Either that or bad with finances. I can't tell. I remember him getting
he
us.
just nice?
He was very nice, for the record.
Yeah.
No matter what, nice. But like, I remember him getting us all waters because, like, you know, all the prices with with stadiums and arenas and stuff like that.
American Airlines.
Very high up there. And American Airlines Dallas is no different. So it's like it was. I remember when he got us all waters, I was like, "Thank you. Do you want
but
$10 back?"
Yeah.
'Cause it is just it gets that expensive.
Yeah.
So it was very sweet, very giving. We had a fun time. This is Hugo joining the podcast. Do you have anything to say? He doesn't. So
He's usually pretty talkative.
he's usually
so I'm
talkative,
surprised.
but it's nearing a time of night. So anyway, sorry. We go through the night. It's good. We jam out together, all of
Let's
us.
exchange Instagrams at the end of the night.
Yeah.
And
I make it a point to be like, hey, let's all coalesce our photos that we all took, so we have all the angles in like a Google photo folder.
yes, and we made a group chat on Instagram so that he could send the said
Yeah.
link.
Yeah.
And
That was the intention behind that, which I was like, this should be easy. And I remember coming out of that concert, and we both went to our cars, and so like it was like, so like, are you gonna get their numbers, or are you gonna like talk to like one of those girls or what? And I was like, nah, like it's just concert
is what
friends.
it
It's
is.
concert friends. Nothing happens with concert friends.
never. Why would anything ever happen?
What is this on my hand?
Ever happen with a concert?
I'm looking at my hand, by the way. It's my ring.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I remember vividly. I was like, I had no thought that I had any mindset to pursue any of them because I was like, I don't want to force them to be friends with me because we had a good time at a Fun Pods concert. I know how this works. This is my 8th time going, so
Yeah.
I'm chilling right now.
My friend Emily, after we got into the car, she was like, "So that Atlas guy was cute," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I think
Like, you saw
so."
that?
Yeah, I was like, "I think so," and she was like, "Any potential of anything happening there? Y'all were kind of flirting all night," and I was like, "We were." And she was like, "I
Well,
mean, I thought so."
yeah.
And anyway, ended up Instagram stalking him on the car ride home and
Some due diligence.
realizing that we had a mutual friend. Shout out David
Had a couple mutual
Archibald
friends.
and Caden Bunch.
Yeah. Which I was like, I think we like you. I don't know. Did you DM me or did I
I
DM you?
DM'd
You DM
him.
me.
Yep.
You were like, how do you know Caden? I'm like, how do you know Caden? What?
Yeah.
Because then I checked and I was like, we are mutual friends.
Caden
How do
was one
you?
of my best friends in high school. So
Which is
it was,
wild.
yeah, absolutely insane that we have like
Yeah.
21 Pilots and one of my best friends
Yeah.
from high school in common.
And
Absolutely
one of
insane.
my better friends, David Archibald. I met him through because it's such a thin connection, but it's funny. I was in a band for this guy called Tom Land, and it was him plus Hosias plus I were like basically his backing band, and this was like in 2020. It's like early 2020s, like COVID was happening, and it was such a random message on Bandmix. If you ever know what Bandmix is, Blake Kleisinger, you know what I'm talking about. It was such a thin connection, but we kind of just hit it off. And as like the band kind of grew apart, we stayed together and we stayed together in touch. And we just kind of helped on each other's projects in every which way we could. And we've just been friends ever since. But he's really good friends, if not best friends, with Caden, who's also his
They're roommates.
roommates.
Yeah. And they
And
were roommates.
and they were roommates. And I remember just realizing all of that. I was like, if I didn't have this band, I wouldn't have even remotely pursued you because I wouldn't have had any connection to you.
Yeah.
That
Which
was
is
the big thing.
absolutely
That's why I
insane.
didn't pursue anybody else because I was like, I don't know these people.
Oh yeah.
But it's like it was a verification that I didn't think I needed, but
Well,
it was really
and
great.
then so a couple weeks after the concert, me and him have been kind of like texting back and forth a little bit flirty, but not anything insane.
It was chill, but it was
Very
like
chill, very
something's here.
friendly.
Something's here.
Very friendly. We like talking to each other,
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
And
At least one of us had a crush.
yeah, at least one of us.
Both of us had a crush for the record,
just a
but
little
we were
bit.
like, we're not gonna force anything.
It's just
Don't want to
fine.
risk the friendship
It's just fine.
that's been a week in the making.
Yeah, I had told him because later that month I had 2 concerts back to back. I had Glass
True.
Animals and then Cigarettes After Sex.
Cigarettes after sex.
Oh yeah.
6.
But my Glass Animals concert ticket was a lawn ticket at Dos Equis Pavilion, and I was going by myself to both of these concerts. And I invited Atlas since he had told me that he liked Glass Animals. I was like, "You should come, get a ticket, a lawn ticket. I have a lawn ticket. Come hang out at the Glass Animals concert."
Yeah.
And at first, he was very ambiguous with his answer. He didn't really give a straight
Her
answer.
perspective was probably just like, this guy doesn't seem to want to come
I
at
was
all.
like, this guy doesn't really care.
Doesn't
at
seem to
all.
care.
He told me he had a lot of edits he needed to get done for
Yes.
a project.
For a
Very
company,
vague about it.
which was very true for the record, but I was not true of the deadline that I made up.
Yeah.
It was like it wasn't not true, but it was also like it was untrue.
Yeah.
What it was. My
So-
mindset was, oh, she's probably just inviting me because we've been talking, and she just mentioned it because I just asked, and so now she's in a similar.
I feel an obligation to.
I was like, there's such an assumption of like she's just trying to be nice, so I'm gonna say no for the cordiality, but I'm sure she feels good that she at least have offered.
Yeah, but that was not the case at all. I had spent time getting ready for this concert because I wasn't sure whether or not he was, so vague with it.
Yeah.
And I got to the parking lot of Dos Equis Pavilion, and it wasn't until then where I got a text message from him saying that he wasn't gonna make it, and that he had too many edits.
So sad.
And I was like,
Day of, by the way.
man, and my heart sunk a little bit, but I was like, I was planning on coming here by myself anyway. I'm gonna have a good time. But you told me to send photos
Yeah.
and take videos of some
It's like,
songs.
let me
for
know
you.
how it goes. I'd love to hear it.
Yep.
I didn't want to stop talking for the record.
Yep. And so I went and got myself a nice margarita,
Yep.
laid out my blanket on the lawn,
Your
got
little
my
pink-
merch.
Pink, like, flowy pink
Yep,
blanket.
my pink blanket.
Yeah.
Laid out my merch. And sat there and waited for the opener to come on, and I sent him a photo of the stage, and I sent him a photo of me and my margarita, and that was when he realized,
That it connected. I was like, she's alone.
yeah,
Why is she alone?
it wasn't that I asked you on a date.
Yeah.
It was just that I asked you to come hang out with me, just some one-on-one time,
This is like a lesson for any Christian women out there that don't know whether or not to, figure out a guy. Making
To-
making easy opportunities to hang out. It's very helpful. Doesn't have to be intense. And it's fairly
Very tame.
very tame for
Very
what it was. And
tame,
you're in a very
yeah.
public area. Nothing could really happen. If you needed to go, you could go. It's a whole thing. Like, it's fairly safe for
Yeah, at the very least, you can leave after the
just
concert.
dip, No worries there. Block me, and then you're set.
Yeah. But anyway,
Just a little tidbit for you.
It was then that he bought a concert ticket.
Yeah.
And
I
drove
told you. I
straight
was like,
there.
I'm going. I'm going.
Yeah. He made it there probably 10 minutes before Glass Animals
was
came
pretty
on.
impeccable timing.
Missed the opener.
Yeah. I don't know who that was.
Yeah, but I remember seeing him across the lawn, and I was like, I asked this guy to come to this concert with me. What am I thinking?
You're
He
like,
probably thinks this is a date.
This
Yeah.
is a thing.
He probably thinks this is a date, and I mean, that would be cool if it was, but also I
so
don't want him
sick.
to have the pressure of
But
that.
also,
and-
like, no.
and it was just-
Commitment, no.
it was this whole thing, and then he came up to me and gave me a hug, and after we hugged, I was like, I think this is gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And we just continued to talk throughout the entire freaking concert.
Yeah. It was loud, too.
Which, by the way, I was really looking forward to that concert. And I did not.
I kind of
pay.
ruined it for her. I'm not going to lie.
No, it was the best concert I've ever been to.
Well, it's like clearly the outcome was
so
amazing,
fun.
but it was like one of those times where it's like if it ended badly, she'd probably be
There
like,
was
man.
one point we were talking, and one of my favorite songs came on. And I was like, okay, I need us to pause
Yeah.
so I can listen to
Which
this.
I was like so fair. Like
Yeah.
we had been talking for every song at that point.
yeah.
which
yeah,
sucks.
The Other Side of Paradise by Glass Animals.
Oh, yeah.
Go listen to it.
100%. I think you took a video of that too.
Oh, yeah,
and
I did.
And what's funny is that throughout this entire concert, we never took a photo with each other.
Nope. I
Not
did
once.
tag you in my video of the other
Tagged
side
me,
of
and I
Paradise.
took photos and videos just so that I have like a reference of like this was where I was at this time.
It's awkward to be like, you want to take a picture together?
Yeah, it's like we should
When
take a
it's like
picture
this is
together.
the first time we're
Yeah.
hanging out by ourselves.
That'd
We do
be-
have photos of us on the 21 Pilots night, so I'm glad about
do.
that.
We
Group
do.
photos.
Thankfully,
Yeah. But anyway,
it exists. It wasn't a lie.
after the concert was over, you jokingly told me to hold my hand, as we're
Hold my
going through
hand.
the crowd.
Hold my hand. My favorite meme, by the way.
Yeah.
Big fan.
And asked if you wanted me to,
I was like, "Do you want me to walk you to your car?"
yeah, welcome to my
Because it's it's Dallas near
yeah,
downtown.
and I was
I'm
like, yes, please.
I'm like, I have no problem.
We
with
get
this.
to my car, and I was like, it's going to be a while before this traffic even lets out at all. Maybe you should just come and sit in here and talk with me a bit longer.
You should just chill, and which is like, I was like, of course.
Yeah.
What?
And so we just
For
sat
free?
there.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. We sat there and we talked in the parking lot
Yeah.
for a very long time until we were the last car in the parking
Yeah,
lot.
we were the only ones there.
Yeah.
I think all the crew had gone at that
All
point.
the crew had gone. Yeah. And we were sitting there and talking. And I said, you know what I'm going to do after this? And he said, what? And I said, I'm going to go get Taco Bell. That is my post-concert ritual is I always go get Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And he was like, can I make a confession to you? I said, absolutely. And he said, I've never had Taco Bell before. And I said,
That was a big deal.
what is wrong with
Big
you?
deal for her. Kind of a big deal for me too, because I had wanted very much so to have Taco Bell.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I don't think I ever got myself to. I don't know why I never convinced myself to just go at some point.
Yeah.
It was a very simple. Like it's not like I wasn't near a Taco Bell. I just never had.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
we went to Taco Bell.
And there was a lot of points about me that she realized. She was like, you just haven't lived life. I'm like, you're right. Let's live out together. She was like, what?
Spoiler alert.
Crazy.
Since then, every concert we've gone to together, we've gotten Taco Bell
We have
together
been very
afterwards.
consistent with that, which has been my favorite thing,
been
especially with the quesarito back.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, beautiful. Anyways,
They better not take it away.
let's not get back off topic now.
Yet another great conversation in the Taco Bell parking
A
lot.
grand conversation. We had cinnamon
Midway
twists.
through, yep, midway through the conversation, I needed to pee,
She was
and
like,
so we had to go try and find a gas
"Gotta take a leak."
station, at 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
And we
Struggle.
park. Yeah, we park. I start to walk in. He starts to come with me, and I was like, "You don't have to come to this gas station with me. You can just wait in here." And he was like, "No, I admire your independence, but you don't have to do everything by yourself." And I was like, "Oh,
And
you were the
apparently,
sweetest person in the entire world. What the heck?"
and to me, I was like, that's just life, you know. I was just trying to be as honestly a protector at this point. I was like, I was getting to that role pretty
Yeah.
quickly, and of course, I learned
You
later
waited.
on that she melted at that line. I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
I know, it's all love.
Yeah, and you got yourself your
And I was also just
jalapeno.
like, this is like downtown Dallas. It's 12, if not 1 a.m. at this point, and I'm just like, no.
You roamed around the gas station and got yourself your jalapeno kettle chips.
I did.
Yeah.
It was the easiest, safest option for me because I knew I would eat them eventually.
And he had a job in the morning.
I did. Yeah, yeah. I had
And
a
so
little
we had
gig.
to cut it. Not sure. It was like 2 in the morning.
It was
But
not sure at
I had
all.
to go
We
drop it
wanted to
off at
keep
your
talking
car.
though.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing.
Yeah, which was insane that we
Yeah.
still wanted to talk after we had been
Yeah.
talking for hours.
That's the
on
thing
end.
too. It's like I'm not a first love at
Love it first.
love at first sight. Let's
Yeah.
not use the words too fast now. But like there was definitely just like those key moments in the beginning where I was like, oh, there is something very different about this person.
For me too.
And there's a lot of prayer on my end where I was like, all right, there's gonna be a honest pursuit here to like figure this out.
Yeah.
And I'm very skeptical, so like, and not to like rush the story, but like throughout our relationship before getting married, I was like, I want to know why I should say no to you.
Yeah.
And it was like every reason that I had was technically a no was always like a personal reason of my heart.
Yeah.
And that was always tough for me to figure that out.
Yeah.
But God was very faithful. Either way, you got out of your gas station bathroom, which
Oh, yeah.
how was that, by the way? Was it?
I had to hover
Yeah, I remember that.
toilet seat. There was pee all over it. It was terrible.
Yeah,
There was only
for a
one
women's bathroom, or was one bathroom?
Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah, it was
I was
like
gonna
a
say for a
family
women's bathroom, it's impressive.
It was awful.
That would have been
But I
tough.
really needed to pee.
You gotta pay something.
Margarita was catching up.
It just
to me in the Baja
that's
Blast.
me with the Celsius. I'm not gonna
yeah.
lie, that goes through real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta be careful.
But anyway,
Yeah.
after that night, that night was very impactful. We found out that both of our families are from Arkansas.
Both from Arkansas. I
And
checked my 23andMe data. We are not related.
No, we're not related.
Had to make sure. I was like, I will not, I will not do the Bama thing. Will not
But-
do the Arkansas thing.
But our grandparents lived like 5-10 minutes down
Right.
the road from
Virtually
each other.
next to each other.
Oh yeah,
Virtually same neighborhood.
in Little Rock. It was absolutely insane. We had been going to the same restaurants. our
Same Purple
entire
Cow,
life.
same US Pizza Co, same
Absolutely insane.
same neighborhood. Honestly, same Chanel area. It's a
Yeah.
whole thing right there.
Absolutely insane. And so
Which I was like, that's insane.
we're making all these connections. I find out his siblings graduated from U of A, so they're Razorbacks, and my family is huge Razorbacks.
My mom and my dad
fans.
from U of A,
Yeah.
my
Your
virtually my whole
grandparents.
family. Honestly,
Yeah,
everybody
it's-
that's went to university has gone to the U of A.
It was absolutely insane.
Yeah, I went to UNT because I'm different.
Yeah, he's different. Like
Anyways, I'm built different.
he's liberal. I'm just kidding.
So liberal. So I hate guns. That's not true.
It's not true. This is not true.
Not political right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we learned that.
Yeah.
I got real quick with the child question. I didn't mean
Oh
to.
my gosh, yeah. On Glass Animals
I was
Night,
so-
he was like, "So how many kids do you want?"
It was
I was
it was looking back on it, that's a crazy question
It's
to
a-
ask
it-
on a not date.
But I wasn't like taken aback by it either.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a good topic of conversation.
I
It was
felt-
because we were talking about how many siblings we
Fair,
had.
fair.
And
I knew there was a mode to it, but it's like
Yeah.
it's still a pretty intense question.
Yeah.
It's something that you don't
Yeah.
just ask anybody.
No, some people don't get to that until they have like pre-marriage classes.
1,000%.
You know?
Don't worry. I'm not asking all my guy friends like, well, how many kids do you want? It's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm asking the people that I might be courting right now.
Yeah. It was absolutely insane. But then a few nights after that, the next week, he came over to my apartment in Arlington,
And you're like,
and we
well, you
had
talked about your vinyl collection.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
was like, that's an in right there. And so
Yeah.
I texted her the morning after, as she showed me all the vinyls that she got at the Cigarettes After Sex concert. And I was like, I should see your vinyl wall. as in I should come over.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
very subtle, just like
And I
it.
was like, you very much should.
And I'm like,
I think I kind of pressed for you to
you
come
definitely
over.
like there was a
You showed interest, and I was like, well, would you want to come see
there
my
was a
vinyl collection?
yeah.
It's bigger than just my cigarettes after sex finals.
1,000%. And I
Yeah.
was like, that sounds great. Where are you
Yeah.
at? Arlington. And I was like, that's tough. I'm in Carrollton. I
Yeah.
didn't say this to her in text, but I was like, no.
Yeah.
Because I think she had mentioned it before, but I realized it probably at that point. And I
It
remember
was like a 50-minute drive.
it's a 50-minute drive. It's
Yeah.
and then traffic, it's over an hour. Under without traffic, like maybe like between
40
35 and
minutes.
45
Yeah.
minutes, somewhere around there, average 40. And I remember on the way, like it was one of those times where I was like, I legitimately think this is a different person. I think there's something here. I'm not promising anything. I'm not gonna try to fall in love right now, but I'm gonna be nice to myself and ask, am I okay with doing this drive for the foreseeable future?
Yeah.
As in
I
like
want to see you.
a year plus, if you will.
Yeah.
And once I got back home after that night, and we'll describe it a little bit, I was like, I will do that drive.
Yeah.
And every time I did the drive, I was always happy.
Yeah.
It was tough. It was like, I was always mad about how far it was, not because I had to do it, you know?
Yes. No, I definitely.
And I think that was
Definitely
my
agree.
mindset. But I came over. We
You
got to see
came
the vinyl
over.
collection.
I'm not gonna go too detailed into it because it's a little bit personal.
Yeah.
But
But it was beautiful. It was like,
it was crazy.
it was when
how-
we realized how romantic this was becoming.
Yes, we just clicked very seamlessly. It got a little bit.
All of it was seamless.
Yeah, we got a little bit like physical in the sense of him putting his arm around me and me
Yeah.
leaning on him as we're watching like a movie,
Yeah.
which then freaked me out a little bit because I was like, there are a lot of things about me that I think makes me unlikable.
Oh, 1,000%.
And instead of
Which
waiting
was
for
so
those
cool.
to come up later on.
Another reason that she's about to describe is why I was like, oh, she's really cool then.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like, she's honest. She was very straightforward with her life. And I was like,
Well, I just had a lot of insecurities at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I could either sit here and hide them and have them looming over my head as we're trying to start a relationship here. Or I can give a disclaimer and just throw it all out there right now.
before anything starts here.
Oh yeah, right now.
by the way,
and give
so
him an
smart.
out.
Yeah.
Give him an out, because like this is the place to. If I don't need to get attached, then we can rip off the band-aid
Oh my
right
gosh.
now.
It will never be easier at this
And
point.
I got so vulnerable and open with him very quickly, and he met it with a lot of grace and was just really sweet. And
She's also really cute, so it was very easy.
and I was like, oh wait, so we're good then.
She was like,
Like we have the
"Oh."
green light then.
'Cause I'm
like,
sure your
you're-
mindset was like, I just threw a grenade and it didn't go off.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, well then let's do this thing
Yeah.
now.
I was like, what the heck?
And so we
And
we talked for the
we
entire
talked
night,
the entire night. I had work the next morning,
Yeah.
and we literally did not sleep.
like 6 a.m., 7
At
a.m.
all.
You had to go, and
Yep.
I was like, until
Yeah,
went
I
back
was
home.
like, hey, I have to get ready for work now.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, shoot.
Crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
but absolutely insane. And then I told my dad about him.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad was like, hey, you should invite him to the Razorback versus
Love
A&M
Zach
game.
Murtha, by the way. Big
Yeah.
fan.
Because we were
Huge.
going to a Razorback game that
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
weekend at AT&T Stadium. My dad bought him like a $200 ticket
Oh
to
yeah.
come with
Well,
my
like I remember
family.
like us getting to the stadium, and I was like,
Insane.
we sat down. I was like, this is 50-yard line. It was like level 3 or something like that, but it
Yeah.
was like in like a sweet
were
kind of.
nice.
It was like
Yeah.
it was near sweet quality. I was like, what?
Weren't they like cushion
They were
seats? I
cushion.
feel
It
like
was
they
it
were.
was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Whole thing right there.
They were really nice tickets. But
I felt very
anyway,
honored. I was like, why are you buying me this
It
ticket?
was absolutely
I can meet
crazy.
you after the game if you
Yes.
want.
But it was
here we are.
insane how well like our like families loved each other.
Yeah.
And later on how our families liked each other as well.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Everything that went very
Well, it-
seamlessly.
well, it's
it just
funny.
felt like very obviously like, hey, this is your person.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Well, I realized that, and I'm gonna try to mention this as much as possible. But I remember, so we got into the shuttle to get to the AT&T Stadium because we parked a little bit ways away, and I think something happened, and like I like to do accents sometimes on my own time. It's not something I'm proud of, but I do love to do them, and especially the British accent. And then like something happened. I don't know what it was, but I'm gonna make up a phrase of like. It's like, hey, bollocks, and like something happened. I don't know what it was, but that a
May
phrase
have
like
just
that.
been like a comment of you needing to buckle your seatbelt
Sure,
or
yeah,
something.
just something stupid. I don't remember what it was, but a very clear British accent came out of my mouth, not a Texas accent. And without skipping a beat, her sister Cameron came in and she was like, "Oh, what's wrong, mate?" And I was like, "Oh, we're all weird."
Yeah.
That's all. At the very least, I have a friend over here that's on the other side of the line. Let's go.
Oh
Easy right there.
yeah.
I have a friend. And then, like, I was able to talk with all your family, and even
Yeah.
your family friends, the Mings, just a little bit. And it
Oh
was
yeah.
like, oh, we like this guy. And I was like, this is so sweet. I am
Yeah.
doing nothing right now.
It was stupidly easy. That's the point
Very
of it,
simple for
though.
me. And I was like, there's such like easiness to the whole process. And I
Yes.
was like, wow, this is so simple.
Yes.
Which in like other times where I've dated people where it's like, it's not been simple. It's not been
Yeah.
straightforward.
It's been having to pry a little
It's been a
bit
little
and
tough
yeah.
sometimes. And I'm not saying it
Yeah.
always has to be as easy as that. But for
Yeah.
me personally, it was, to me, I remember
It
talking
was
to,
very
well,
validating
I
at
prayed to
the end
God.
of
I
the
was like,
day.
please make it very clear what I need to do.
I had been praying that for a while too.
Mm.
Like, hey, when I do find somebody, make sure I'm not oblivious to it,
Sure.
please.
Yeah. It's like if
You
I'm
know,
missing something, let my friends know and make sure my friends
make
tell
sure
me.
it's communicated to
Just
me.
tell me,
Yeah.
please. I don't want to not do what you want me to do, God. And
Yeah.
throughout, honestly, us just like becoming official and us dating each other with intention, at like a certain point, I think I told you this, like when I was going to her apartment that I usually did at a certain point almost every day, I was like, I realized I was like, oh, God's giving me all the evidence.
Yeah.
He's made it so clear to the point now it's actually my decision,
Yeah.
which was like
Yeah.
daunting.
It was crazy
Because
to
it's
get
like
to that
what
point.
do you do at that point? It's like, oh, I have to do the things now.
Yeah.
Ah,
Now I have to choose. This
oh
isn't
yeah.
a, yeah, this isn't a if, it's a win now.
It's a win, and if do you want it? That
Yeah.
was a big thing. It was
Yeah.
such like a God being
It's
like,
like, it's
you,
right here. Do
it's
you
like you
want
still
it?
got free will.
Yeah.
You still got free will though. And I'm like, oh crap. And so I took a retreat to Oklahoma for about a few days, fasted, prayed, rested, ton of rest, and throughout all of it, it was like it became even clearer of like, I mean, it's crap or get out the pot, you know? It just either do it or you don't, and she will be a beautiful wife and she will be a great wife. I don't know what to tell you. Like it was almost like God being like, what do you need to know? Like I gave you everything.
Yeah.
It's very clear. And I was
Yeah, this
like,
is on you,
oh,
buddy. If
thousand
you've got
percent.
anything in your heart that you're
Yeah.
toiling over,
Oh yeah.
that's not a
That's
me.
totally a you thing.
Yeah.
And so I wrestled with that and I put to rest as much as I possibly can. And, you know, I pray about it every day where I can. And more importantly, in that, I was like on the other half of that retreat, I just started planning the engagement. And I was like, and the next day I found the ring that she's wearing right now, her engagement ring, our engagement ring. And I was like, let's just get to work. Let's get
Yeah.
this going. I think from then until the actual engagement, I think it was technically like a couple months. I don't know what it was.
Yeah,
That was
your
specifically because
Oklahoma retreat was
that was
like the
May,
first week of
June.
June,
Yeah, yeah, very,
and
very close. Yeah, yeah,
our engagement was the first week of August.
yeah.
So you had about 2 months.
Yeah, and that was mainly because the ring was custom made.
It's a beautiful
I
ring, by
saved
the
up a
way.
buck and a half. I want it to be good. Beautiful jeweler. Shout out to Lauren Williams. Highly recommend. And she made a beautiful ring, but it took a bit because it's custom. And I didn't really realize that. I thought it was going to be in July. And I kind of hinted to her at the very least. I might
That
have
we would maybe be getting engaged
somewhere in summer,
somewhere
probably
in the
July,
summer.
and
Yeah.
like somewhere around there.
June
Yeah.
was a word that was thrown out at one point.
Correct. Yeah. And because of my lack of planning and lack of realizing what the timeline was really going to be, I couldn't get there. She got a little sad, and I had to like basically tell her like, and she got to a point where she was like, "Have you even planned anything yet?" And I had to
Yeah,
let
I
her
was like,
know.
do you have cold feet? Like,
Right.
what's going
Which,
on?
like,
I thought we
fair.
were,
There's no information
yeah,
being given from me to her, which I was trying to make a surprise, but I was like, also, I understood her to a point where I was like, I'm just gonna let you know, I have ordered a ring,
yeah.
and it's taking.
I'm just waiting on the ring.
I'm literally
I'm
waiting on the
sitting
ring.
on an egg.
The second I have that, you
Yeah.
know, Bob's your uncle.
Yeah.
So after,
Yeah.
yeah, once I got that ring, yeah, I was off to the races.
Yeah. Talk about the engagement.
Planning it. Hopefully I'll link it somewhere in YouTube or somewhere. But I did
Oh
make a
yeah,
video
because
of
there's
it.
a whole engagement
Whole
video.
vlog there. I might re-upload it to this channel. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I did when I was planning it. I had like three options in my head. One made a lot more practical sense than the other two. But the number one option was I was gonna try to get a contact from American Airlines to get me in for like 5 minutes so that we could go to the spot that we met at and I would propose her almost like a bookend. And unfortunately, I tried everything to get in contact with American Airlines. I went there like twice, contacted everybody that was under the sun, didn't get anything. Kind of fair. It's a pretty big place. And so I was like, all right, strike number one. That's okay. And so number two was getting Dos Equis Pavilion, which was like we described, in my opinion, a more significant place. Just
Yeah, that's
because
where we
that's
connected,
where it was
like
like, oh,
truly.
this is a thing versus we're just meeting each other, which I
Yeah.
think is more
Versus,
important.
are we just friends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I met a lot of people, but I don't do this with everybody.
Yeah.
But I remember being like, all right, I'm going to give it a shot. And I went around to a bunch of places because the option number three was finding a theater, like a movie theater. I make some kind of video because I'm a videographer, and then do something with the movie. It's a whole.
Yeah.
I had a whole thing in my head, but it didn't seem to work out. As I'll describe. And I remember going to Dos Equis Pavilion, and I first went to the front door. I want to say it was the west gate, and nobody was there. And then I went around to the east gate, and then I saw two guys on a golf cart like driving towards the west gate, and I was like, hey, I'm trying to like talk to like the location manager. What do I do? And this guy was like, you gotta go to the west gate, and I was like, I was just there.
Just there, yeah.
And I was already so discouraged. I was like, this is stupid. They're gonna say no. I'm already gonna get in. I know I'm gonna get in. I had convinced myself almost so full send. But that guy, I was like, I will go. It almost felt like God, like looking back on it. But I was like, I will go and see if there's somebody there. And I went there, and there was somebody on the other side of the gate. I said hi. She said hello. I forget her name, but she pointed me to the location manager of Live Nation for Dos Equis, which was Luther. Shout out Luther, love you. And I described to him basically what I was trying to do. I was like, hey, I got a girl. I got a girl, and I like her a lot. I love her a lot, and I want to marry her. And we met here, or we really met here. We really connected here at a concert a year ago at this point. And I'd love to utilize the venue at some point, on an off day, to make this work, for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And he was like, okay. And I was like, what?
No way.
You said okay? Because it was like I
You're like, I'm
totally
not gonna ask any other questions.
no.
Just
I shut up.
yeah.
I was like, once you get your answer, stop talking.
What works for you?
Right. I was like, and like he didn't say like a price or anything. He was like, and he said honestly, he was like, hey, like we're not supposed to do this, but like honestly, if you just do it like next week, you're set. And I was like, next week. Oh, okay. And I was thinking, I was like, maybe like 2 months, maybe 3 months out. I will bend to your schedule. I don't care. I will make this work. It's just totally worth, whatever the wait would be. Maybe not a year, but somewhere around there. And he was like, yeah, the next week or two, let's figure out a date,
It
because
was their off season before they had
it was their off season
yeah.
until they had back to back shows, and I couldn't have done it. And I was like, okay, well, I'll make it work. And I told him, I was like, hey, I'm figuring out the ring. It's not in my hand right now. Tomorrow I should have it. I'll make sure that's good. And then once we get that done, we can figure out dates. And he was very, very nice, very sweet. Figure out a date, and set it down. And I was like, okay, here we go.
August 7th.
August 7th, coming through.
Yeah.
And 2025. And I was like, all right, so how do I get her there? And I came up with this like pretty semi-complicated plan, but it worked out pretty well. It was pretty simple. I had her aunt Katie offer her tickets to this this Broadway, on tour,
Life of Pi.
Life of
production.
Pi production from
Yeah.
like the movie. And that was the only thing that was happening that day, which I was like, I remember looking up the date, and it was like the only thing that was like popular. That wasn't just like a hole in the wall kind of concert. And I was like, man, I really hope Liv doesn't look too much into this. Because I don't know if she's like, because I was like, I knew you were going to check it. Because like
Yeah.
you needed to verify. It's like, hey, is this a thing? And what to do with dates and
Well,
time and everything.
it just to kind of see what it even like looked like.
Oh, 100%, 100%. But
Yeah.
thankfully, so I told that to Katie, and then I got a call from her mom, from Liv's mom, and she was like, hey, couple things. Liv has now made plans on that day. I'm like, that's tough. That's got to change. What's happening there? And she was like, well, actually, she has a haircut appointment that day at the time that you're trying to do it in Waxahachie. And then after that, she's going to try to hang out with
Because I was
Elijah.
gonna be in the area, I was gonna hang out with my friend
Yeah,
Elijah.
good friend Elijah. Love you, Elijah. And obviously she didn't know. It's not her fault. But I was like, oh crap. So what do we do? And she was like, I can figure out the hairdresser because she's my hairdresser too. But if you can talk to Elijah, just tell him what's going on, and just so that he can cancel and maybe move the date. And I was like, all right, yeah. I mean, he's a
You're like,
G.
oh, I had to pick up a shift.
Sure, yeah.
Whatever.
Which I don't know what he said, but he did say something like that,
Yeah.
and he's a friend of
Yes,
mine
if we could
too. I love
reschedule.
him, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, this is great." He was like, "I'm so sorry. Like, it's not your fault. It's all good. Just cancel the date.
Yeah.
just move it. I don't care. Figure it out." And so
So they did. I was oblivious.
completely oblivious, and I was
Completely
like,
oblivious.
"It was
I
good."
knew that the engagement was going to happen sometime soon. I had a hunch that it was going to happen on the day that it
Sure.
did, but
You also had a hunch on a lot of other days too.
yes,
So
yes.
don't give it too much credit.
But I was wearing the dress I wanted to wear when I got engaged, which was quite a coin toss, I will say.
That was tough. I would have told you if it was bad. At a certain point, I just started to get pretty obvious with it.
Yeah, but I was like kind of a little bit upset that it was going to happen at Life of Pi.
Right.
I was like
That would've been tough.
I was like, this has nothing to do with us.
No, not at all. Not
At all.
Which is a fair
and
point.
I didn't want to be engaged
Such-
at like dinner or
nobody
and I was
wants.
like, maybe he has something else planned.
She was
but
like,
I don't know.
I really hope it doesn't be basic like that. And I'm like, do you even know me?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Come on
Yeah.
now. And so we get all those dates figured out, and then Katie calls her and she offers the tickets, and then then Liv calls me, and I try to give the best performance I can of being like, Life of Pi. What is that again? Trying to like just gaslight her a little bit.
Yeah, isn't that the one with the guy and the lion?
I
I
know.
said the tiger.
It's like,
They're
that's crazy.
oh.
I thought that was a movie.
How do they make that a play?
And she was like, you're like, I don't even know.
And then we kind of made fun of it a bit, and we were like,
You know what?
Screw it, let's just go.
Let's just go.
Let's
It's
go make
free.
fun of
She
it.
can't even go.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen. And if we hate it, we can go in the intermission, go get some dinner, make a day out of it, if you will. And so we plan on a date, quote unquote, on that day, and we get to the day, and I'm just gonna skip to Dos Equis.
Yes.
And so we get to Dos Equis, and you don't know Dallas nearly as well as I do, and you think that we're kind of on the way to Winspear.
Yep, the Winspear Opera House.
That's where Opera House, which is like smack dab in the middle of downtown. Dos Equis is kind of on the outskirts.
I'd only been there one time, but I didn't really know.
Yeah, which fair. I was really happy that she didn't
Yeah.
have. She's very geographically adept, just not in this area.
Yeah.
And so I turned in to Dos Equis and to Fair Park, and before then a little bit, you started to reminisce about Dos Equis.
Because we were driving past it.
Yeah, yeah. And I had a microphone on me at this point, and I was like, I started to record it. It was like one of these. It was just an older version. I just clicked it, and I was like, say that again, please,
Yeah.
for the camera. I mean, nothing.
I mean,
for me,
nothing.
I didn't hear you.
Yeah. Even though we're in the same closed car right now.
All right. But jeez, come on, man. But yeah, we turned in, and my biggest thing, I was like, if she cannot figure it out until she sees Dos Equis, then I've won. I have done my job very well. And she didn't know until we got to Dos Equis.
Until we parked, and then he had to conveniently get something out of the trunk, which was the ring.
The ring plus it was plus the microphone as
microphone,
well, and I
yeah.
put it on like my belt.
Yeah, and so he like opens up the door, and he has this big fuzzy microphone clipped onto his belt line.
It's a whole
It's
thing.
like,
It's
oh
a
my
whole
gosh.
thing. It wasn't a good look for the record, but
Anyway,
it worked.
was from my perspective, we start walking into this like restricted access area of Dos
Restricted. It was
Equis.
very close. Nobody was at the gate for a
Nobody
second.
was there except for our friend.
I don't know why I'm forgetting his name
I
now.
forget his name.
It's in the video.
He was so sweet.
Very sweet.
It's been a minute.
Man, it has been a second.
It's in the video. If you shout out to the guy in the video.
It was the assistant for Luther.
Yes.
Or at least one of the
Yes.
managers, I want to say, because Luther had to go for another concert because he's the manager of Live Nation. It's a whole thing. And so very sweet guy.
Anyway, he lets us in. I'm like, why is this like worker
Why
of
are
Dos
we
Equis
allowed into Dos
Pavilion?
Equis?
Yeah,
Well,
letting us in.
Yeah, and it was nobody was there except for my crew, my videographer, and
Yeah.
photographer.
And then, which is Carson Whittekamp and Jordan Throckmorton.
Love
we
y'all
love
so
y'all.
much. Oh, they
Y'all are the
did a great
best.
job. Carson did a great job photographing.
Yep.
Jeez. And
Photography.
photography. And Jordan did a great job videographing.
Yep.
So there you go.
And anyway, it was just I walked up onto the lawn, the same lawn where like everything really truly started for us, and in the same exact spot where we sat there on my pink blanket, my pink blanket was sitting there, which
And
she had to go through hell to get that pink blanket.
you'll see it in the vlog, but long story short, I had taken it from the basket in her apartment that we're in
And
right
then I
now. That it's
freaked
become
out
our
because I didn't
apartment.
know where it
Because she didn't know
was.
where it was, and I was like, "We are a few days out. Just please stop asking." But she didn't know, so
Yeah,
fair.
but go watch that video.
It's really fun. It's really fun.
Yeah,
Good watch, I'd
shameless
say.
plug.
Shameless plug.
But
But
fast forward a little bit. I'm not going to go into wedding details.
yeah,
I don't think that could be for another time
that's
if
another time.
anyone cares.
This is the intro.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. But long story short, we had a very short engagement.
Very short.
August
I didn't want to wait.
7th.
She didn't want to
Nope.
wait.
Nope. Not at all.
As soon as possible.
We were just eager to get married. And
So
so
August 7th, that's when we get engaged.
we got engaged on August 7th.
And
We
eventually
got married
we find a date, which is November 1st, also
Yep.
2025.
November 1st.
And everybody that hears that, they're like, that's insane. I'm like, you're right.
You're right. But you know what? It was the best move.
Oh, I don't
We
regret it for a
planned
second.
it.
It's great.
It took away all the stress of it for me technically because it just before you could even think to be stressed about it.
Well,
just
it's like
happened,
you're every
you know?
day you're just planning.
Yes.
And it's like it's not like intensive, but it's like you are diligently every day trying to check off the list.
I will say
and getting
Atlas
things
was the
done.
best partner in planning a wedding because he didn't just be like, "You've got it, honey. You got it,
I
babe."
remember talking to Brooks about this. I love him to death, but he was like, "All right, you did the hard part. Now you just got to buy a suit and you're set." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't think you know who I am."
Yeah. No, that guy was involved in
I'm
every
involved.
tiny little detail of everything. And it
More
was
involved
great.
in other details than others, but I was at the very least as all I definitely wanted to be was support for her because I knew that she would probably be more involved than I was just because of the
Yeah.
aspect of what weddings are,
Yeah.
and just how I'm not necessarily it's not my forte.
Yeah.
But in the ways that I could, like the DJ mix and everything, I was able to supply.
And it was great.
It
It was
was
a great
fun.
time. We
It
had a
was
great time.
so fun. So many people said yes. I was
Oh, yeah.
shocked. I remember us sending out the RSVPs, and we gave them a week because we kind
So
of were.
many people came from like out of town.
We were kind of shocked. We were kind of hoping a little bit that some people would just say no, just so that we'd have less
Yeah.
people to feed, honestly. But it was so cool because it was the amount of people that God wanted, and it was the amount of people that we
was
had
so
such fun with. It
nice.
wasn't too many people, and it
No.
wasn't too little people that we felt unimportant. It was really
Yeah.
awesome. We got to talk to everybody on some level, and the support that we had the entire night. It was just
It was so
your
great.
family, my family, our friends.
It
It
was
was
so sweet.
awesome. Our bridal party, it was great. It
Yeah.
was like truly, and it was like us. I remember us going to our good friends McKay and William Flock, their wedding about a month later, and I know they took a ton of time. They took a year to figure
It
out
took
their
a long time.
long
It was
time.
a beautiful wedding.
It was awesome, and it was clearly there was a little bit more effort, a little bit more production, if you will. But
Yes.
mentally, I was like, it's the same kind of day.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
was still
a
beautiful.
wedding is a wedding.
Still
When it's
awesome.
a God,
God ordained.
yeah, God ordained wedding, you kind of have the same feel.
No, it was
to
like
it.
they're
So,
both God fearing, and we love them to death. And I remember sitting there, I was like, as much as I want to not say, but it's like I'm glad we took the time that we took.
yeah.
Because at certain points in it, you're like kind of sitting there like, I wish I had a little bit more time. I want a little bit more time here, a little more time there, and then you get out of it, and you're like, I'm kind of glad we're out of it.
Yeah. No, it was so great. It
Because
was
you're
so
kind of just
great.
waiting for life to start. You know?
Yes, and
so-
then we got to move everything in to my existing apartment here,
Yeah.
which we're in the colony now.
Yes, we are.
Which is
Near
so much
Frisco.
better.
So fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a great location, by the way.
Highly recommend.
We
Don't
love
come
this-
because all the property values are so high right now.
Yeah,
But
it's-
it's really fun. You should visit.
Yeah, but it's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we're here.
Yeah.
We had just gotten through our first Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
our first flew together,
Yeah.
and our
Well,
first Christmas
We were
together.
able to first time going out of the country as well
Oh,
for
yeah.
our honeymoon. We'll
For
talk
both
about
of
that
us.
later. But got to
Yeah.
go to
That's a tease for our
tease for episode 2.
yeah, our episode 2 is going to be us talking about our
The
honeymoon.
little honeymoon. We went to
Yeah.
France and we went to Italy and a bunch of the different locations. It's really fun.
London.
That was fun. In London as well. I always forget
Mm-hmm.
that. I mean, I try to forget that. You'll learn later. But no,
That's a teaser.
the little teaser. But it was so
Yeah.
fun. It was so like it's just so many moments of like, oh, I know why. It's like I had no lack of confidence, especially at the wedding of marrying her. But it's like every moment, it's just like, oh, I get it.
It's great.
It's great, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like people are like, you're newlyweds, you'll figure out to hate each other. I'm like, I really hope not, for the record. But it is just a day by day thing. and it's
Yeah.
beautiful. And
It's very true.
we try to make each other better. But now we're here. It is the end of 2025, going on 2026.
Yep.
The whole reason that we're here is to chronologically archive who we are in the moments that we are in.
It's going to be so nice being able to literally just go on to Spotify and be like honeymoon and like be able to
100%.
like recap it
Oh
like in
yeah.
10
Well, at
years.
a certain point, like we'll forget certain details or misremember certain things,
Yes.
and we'll have
It's
it.
going to be used for arguments.
Oh, 1000%, 1000%. Well, we have like it's
No,
funny.
I swear this is how it went down.
There's
It's like,
oh,
no,
there
go play it back.
1000%.
Play it back.
There are times where we have like we have a little security camera over there, just for her cats, so that we can see them whenever we're away. And sometimes it's recording all the time. And you can play it back.
Recording right now.
It is recording right now. It's not looking at us. I don't know what it's looking at, but it likes to move. And I remember, I don't know what it was, but I think I remember saying something, and it wasn't what I thought it was.
Yeah.
And you were like, "That's not what you said." I'm like, "What? What are you talking?" That's exactly what I said. And she
Yes.
ran it back, and it was not what I said.
Yeah.
As in, like, it's not what I thought I said. I was completely wrong. I was like, "What? What is?" I was like, "My memory is so bad."
So stupid.
It was pretty bad, pretty bad take. But it's just like stuff like that. That like 10 years down the road, we're really
Yeah.
looking at him like, we went to Venice. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought we went to Sicily or something like that.
Yeah. But very excited for that.
So fun. I think it's beautiful,
Yeah.
and I'm excited personally.
So, like we said at the start of this, it is New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
We
What
have
is that?
tickets.
It's 8:45
Yep.
p.m. right now.
8:45 on New Year's Eve.
Yep.
We have tickets to go see the Stranger Things finale
Crazy.
at 10:30
Both been waiting for it
tonight.
for a while at this point. I
Yes.
started watching it when it first came out. She started watching it a year after. She's way more obsessed and invested in it than I am, but I'm also very much
But he's
appreciative of
here.
good storytelling.
Yeah.
We've been a little hesitant on season 5, not gonna lie, but we're hoping that the Duffers can come through and wrap it all up
I think they have
in the finale.
some potential.
There is
some
one
heavy
theory,
potential.
and we'll put it in the ground so that we have it in as a thing, that she's kind of leaning towards. I'm kind of leaning towards too, but I'm also on the fence that they're all under Vecna's curse, and
And maybe even the audience is under
the audience is under Vecna's curse
too.
because of a certain amount of things. You
Yep.
can look it up, you can figure it out. Obviously, you'll know it by now. But I just remember you telling me about that and describing it. I was like, it's possible. That's probably the only time where I'll be like, oh.
That was crazy that they did that.
Yeah, that would be probably the
But-
only time.
But
honestly.
if they don't do it, I'll probably be a little disappointed.
I'll just
But
be
we'll
like,
see.
all right, we'll see. Well,
Anyway,
gotta give it a shot. Gotta
so
give it a
there's
shot.
that, and then in the morning we're seeing it again.
Yeah.
And then we're
Singing
going
with some friends, Anthony and the girls,
Yep.
and plus our
Seeing
good friend
every-
Elijah,
in autumn.
and Autumn.
Yep.
So fun.
And then we're going up to Arkansas to visit Brooks and McKenna, and we're
Yeah.
gonna record another one of these on our way up there.
Yes,
So
yes, we are.
you're gonna get
It's
to
what the
see,
suction cup's for, by the way,
Yep.
so we could put on the window.
Yeah, so y'all are gonna get to see what a regular set episode looks like and what a car
Yeah, on the road.
looks like on the
Traveling
road.
episode. Yeah.
To go.
I try to make this setup as easy as possible so we could basically do this anywhere.
Oh yeah.
So, anyways, but that's us. That is the Off Scot Free podcast,
That is
episode one.
episode 1.
Appreciate you listening, whoever that is. Probably me in 4 years. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
it, and we're having fun. And
Come back for the honeymoon episode next week.
honeymoon episode coming up next week.
Yep.
We'll see y'all very soon. All right.
Catch you later.
Peace.
Bye.